take an old kettle. It's got a broken handle. It's about, this is 50 years old. 55. And you put 3 cups of sugar in first. I didn't put the sugar in, but you can do that. Then you take cocoa, 3 tablespoons of cocoa. It can be level or heaping. It depends on how much you like cocoa. I usually use just level. And then you put a can of carnation in, and a can of water.
I want to make sure, Mrs. Swampy, do you get that little can?
Yes, and
5
it's
ounces.
evaporated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, evaporated. Not the sweet.
I know
No,
her. I know
not
her.
the sweet.
She'll get everything like
Evaporated.
right now.
And a can of water.
What?
And
How much
a
water?
can
Fill
of
the
water.
can with water.
Doesn't it say that on yours?
No.
No.
Oh my cow.
Then you add the water.
Yeah.
Mine does.
We know that you're just trying to keep the secret, Grandma.
Yeah,
Secret
trying
of
to keep the
Fudge.
secret.
Just check, because that's terrible if you don't do that. You're gonna have an awful
Well,
mess.
she kind of mumbled it under her breath.
I know. we know what you're up to, Grandma.
All right. Okay, then 3 tablespoons of white syrup. Did I have that on there?
Yeah.
No?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Up above it.
I really check it because I did them this morning, you know, at about 11 o'clock I started making all these.
Goodness.
Anyway, okay, then stir it up. Then you take your tablespoon of either margarine or butter, whichever you want, and put it like on a fork and squish it all around your pan. Like
After you
this.
put all these other
All
Up
these
along the
other-
walls of the pan.
Yeah.
So when it bubbles,
So
it
it
doesn't
doesn't
hit a
stick
dry
to the
wall.
pan. You know how that sugary stuff sticks to
yes.
the pan? I don't know if that helps, but I do it anyway.
It does help.
And put that around the edge.
The trumpet shall sound.
Beautiful! Then put the lid on, and put it on medium heat, and you have to, in about 10 minutes or so, stir it after it starts to bubble up a little bit. Just take the lid off and stir it, and put the lid back on. Because if you don't have the lid on, it'll get sugary all around the edge, and even if you've greased it. But put the lid on and cook it slowly, and it takes about 20 minutes to half an hour before it's ready. And
Does it just have a low boil?
just a low boil.
Low
But
rumble.
it'll come, in my pan anyway, it comes clear to the top, so you gotta watch it. Oh boy. And then just stir it so it goes down again, and then put the lid back on. And then, you know how to test it. I don't have a thermometer, but
I don't either.
just test it in cold water until it just coagulates, sticks together, but not hard, you know, just a soft
How
ball.
cold?
Out of the tap.
But if you do have a thermometer, what would you guess?
Yeah.
Well, it should be soft ball, but that's a little too much.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
what they
softball
call
is a little bit too much?
Yep.
Softball is too much.
Yep. It has to be a little less than softball
All right.
to use a thermometer. And then set it off and leave it. Don't touch it. Don't take the lid off. Okay. Leave it there. What I do, if I'm going to make fudge, I'll cook it at night, shove it off, leave it till morning. Or I'll cook it in the morning and shove it off and leave it till night. So I'm not tempted to start beating it when it's still
Just
warm.
leave the lid on all the time.
Leave the lid on. Don't ever take that lid off, and so, just to stir it. And when it's cooler, leave the lid on, because otherwise you'll get sugary.
Oh, no
And
kidding.
that keeps it from getting sugar. And then I use well, just a minute. Hold it. Hold it.
How long did you say? What do you mean?
Yes.
How long did she say leave it the lid on? Not touching?
Till it's cool.
Until it's cool.
Overnight.
That sounds like the best idea.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah,
have
before
to
you go to
use
bed and then.
a wooden spoon that you got from Marie Hovland. Get a picture of Marie's spoon. She said it came from Sweden, but I didn't. We question.
We question.
Anyway, the poor thing has really had it. But
Should our spoon have a hole in it?
it helps.
Okay.
It helps too.
Oh,
What if you
I
combine it that way?
I think you
anymore?
I
can.
know.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But a wooden spoon with a hole in it works better, I found out. Just any spoon will work, but, and then keep it down from the edges as you're stirring it. And beat it. And then you beat it until it
Fall asleep.
Mother, do you ever bring it up in the air like this and then fall asleep?
do
and we end up with fudge all down the front of you?
2 times. I always beat, like if I beat it at night, you may start in like 9 o'clock, I'm tired anyway. And I go string it, you know.
Oh, Pearl.
And put twice on.
Okay, Pearl, what would be the wrong with putting an electric beater? You can't beat it with a electric
Well,
beater.
when I was doing fudge for the shop, for a morning shop, Mom bought me a little heavy duty beater so I could use that. But my problem is, you can only do it for a little while, then you gotta do it by hand because you have to tell just when it's ready to stop, you know? So
Wire's gotta be the trick. Yep.
I've dirtied out my beater and I have to end up beating it by hand, so I don't use
Well,
it.
how do you know, what does it
There's
act
a
like
stage,
when you-
it kind of whitens.
Oh,
It gets a little chalky.
Lighter?
Yeah.
It'll be shiny, and then pretty soon it gets
It's
a
just
little
like it's a
chalky
chemical
look.
process where all of a sudden you go, oh, it's time to
Oh, then
dip.
you just run to the kitchen and
Start
take
dipping
a
it up.
spoon and,
Oh, wow.
but I always have my, the wax paper and my nuts and my spoon
oh,
all
yes.
down. It
Try not to
becomes
get
fast.
between Pearl and the kitchen.
Yes. And it's rolling,
When she's ready to be.
So when you add the nuts, do you just go and dab a nut on each one?
let me
Yeah.
say, no. When you're spooning it out, don't put it in until you start spooning, and just put a little handful in, spoon it around, but if you
Oh,
notice, you can
no.
still see the nuts.
Yes.
Yeah,
And so,
okay.
although if you put them in and beat it, then you don't do that.
Yeah.
I like it to make it like a nugget.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Just drop a few in,
It is
spoon it
wonderful
around.
that way.
Oh, nugget.
Don't change it.
No.
Drop. And some I do without nuts. I try to say, if you can't see a nut, there ain't a nut, you know?
Right.
So that if you don't like nuts, then,
Oh, yeah, for those that don't.
but sometimes they get covered up.
Only a weirdo wouldn't like nuts.
I don't weirdo. Nothing new like the nuggets.
Yes.
Oh, does he?
You're not a weirdo.
Oh, Audrey.
Audrey,
He doesn't like this.
And
You're
I did
adopted,
mention
honey.
put it
Lori, didn't you used to tell Mom that too? When she was
That's terrible.
but I convinced her. Look at that girl. She knows she's not that.
Add that other tablespoon of butter, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh, add another one.
Where?
Before you beat it. Oh,
Right before you beat it, stick the
Oh.
butter.
Before you
I
beat it?
see it.
Wait, wait a
Wait a
second.
second.
You're ready to beat it.
Okay.
And you
Don't put
say
it in
something
before.
about vanilla here.
Yeah. Isn't there vanilla on yours?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teaspoon?
You add that
How
then
much
before you
vanilla?
beat
Take
it.
another one.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Is that
That's less.
Is that a tablespoon
Pearl,
butter?
one teaspoon of vanilla
And tablespoon butter.
and a tablespoon of butter?
Right before you
Yeah.
beat it.
Right before you beat it.
And I use this, what I do, I take ole or margarine when I cook it, and I take real butter when I beat it. It makes a little more flavor.
See, there are tricks.
That's it.
There are tricks.
Oh, but the lid is the most important. Absolutely.
You know when you're on this thing about the spoon, you know, looking at it?
Yes, yes.
What are you
What's that
looking
for?
for?
Yes, what are you looking
To kind
Oh,
of lighten.
it's just so boring, you know.
Do you ever beat it a while and then leave it set and then come back and beat it some more?
Well, if
No.
I beat it for 3 hours, I do. I have, the other night, I just got so mad at it. I threw it out the window. I'm sorry. It's terrible when it won't set. I suppose I didn't cook it quite long enough. It's probably
You
what
didn't
happened.
throw it out, did you?
No.
No, right, right.
But it's so, when you're beating it, really an hour, half an hour would be perfect. If you cooked it just exactly right, if you beat it at half an hour, then it's fine. But if it's a little bit less, you know, I never can, look how many times I've made it and I still don't know exactly.
And a little bit more would make it a little bit.
It'd be a little.
It'll set up so fast that when you start whipping it out on the thing,
Uh-huh.
pretty soon you got chunks.
Yeah.
You don't have the pretty.
Yeah, you wouldn't like that.
Which
I
people, most people would eat anyway. They'd be happy with the chunks.
Of course.
I try to make it so that I can get the whole, every piece out.
And how many pieces does it make,
It
would you
makes
say?
about 50.
50 pieces.
You would have to work fast.
Mhm.
Yeah,
She spoons fast.
With a, what kind of spoon?
just a teaspoon.
Teaspoon.
A teaspoon size.
And, of course, the stiffer it gets, the bigger your pieces get.
Oh,
And if she knew anything about carpal tunnel, she would claim to have it.
Oh,
Yeah, I bet.
You know,
Sure.
kidding, you
Oh,
think
man,
so?
Yes,
I'll show you the pan I made, the stuff I made last night is not very good.
Does she ever put it into a pan, just cut it like, no, never has.
I wonder how that would turn out.
And you know, if I had a flop, I'd put it in a pan.
I would
I
too.
don't need it.
Yeah, I would too. I don't need it.
But she has this thing. You can't get it.
That's right.
I feel like you got that on there.
All right, now you see how ugly this is. You see those pieces that you had stood up nice. Well, I had beat it so long and I was getting so mad. And I don't care where it goes, and I just spooned it out and see it just went
Flat.
flat like
Pass that around and we'll try it. Better look at it.
And they're a little harder, aren't they?
And they're kind of sugary after all that beating and everything. So, you know, I don't know everything. I think we paid $2 for a little square of maple. Yeah. I know when we were Minneapolis.
I know.
You passed it up.
I
April, did you say?
Oh, girl, really? Oh, listen.
Well, I got my cookies.
Go ahead,
Angie, I want you to dig out on this. Make me feel
I
better.
know he's gonna want to do it.
You can call me.
Everybody has to make it, and we'll meet again.
Oh, you got a birthday coming up. Man. April. No, March. Oh, it's a couple weeks.
That's quite good week.
Woo. What's Grandma getting you for your birthday?
I'll just leave it out. I hope you
I
eat
think
it.
Pete will like it.
You know? No.
Oh, that's experimenting, Maria. Huh? That's experimenting.
Wow.
I thought you said Peter doesn't like
Yeah, he
experiment.
definitely
I know, but if you just don't tell him it's a casserole, then he might be okay.
Right.
surprising with it, you know, I won't say anything.
Is he
Mind
like
if you experiment with fudge.
I mean, like